I want to talk about your experience with Cosby, Stills, and Nash, that period where that stands now. But before we get into it, one time you sent Stills a message, and at the end of it you said, "Go eat a peach."
Oh, yeah. We were on our way to Atlanta.
Right.
And the tour was going okay, but it wasn't going
Atlanta,
real well.
Georgia, the peach state.
Yeah. That's all that was. Because I did not want to continue the tour, and I'm spoiled. When I don't want to do something, I stop doing it. Just like when I do want to do something, I'll do it until I'm finished.
Right.
And, you know, unless somebody stops me somehow, but it's not easy. It's not easy to stop me, and that's just the way I am. So it wasn't going well for whatever reasons, and it was not a good thing. And I just decided that was it for me.
Well,
but I love Stephen. Stephen and I are like brothers to this day. I'm playing with him tomorrow night. I mean, we are very, very close.
You know, I interviewed Crosby, Stills, and Nash a couple of years ago. Wish you had been there. But Graham Nash said, and I quote, that you're one of the strangest friends he has. Quote, "He wants to get it on the first take and put his heart out immediately." Unquote. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. I'd love to do that. Every time I do it, I feel good.
Well, how is your relationship with him now? You said
it's good. It's a real relationship. It's real. You know, we spent a lot of time together over the years. We've done things with each other that have, you know, ticked each other off and made each other mad and gone through and reacted and done this like brothers.
Well, what are the chances of getting together for a concert tour?
You know, they're probably as good as they ever been. And I say the same thing for Crazy Horse.
Well, is that an announcement that you...
No, those are just the chances.
No.
It's just the chances, Dan. Yeah. But Promise of the Real is here right now, up and going. They know more of my songs than both those other bands put together. And I can play whatever I want to play. And at this point in my life, it's nice to be able to draw from different things. They're as intense about it and as knowledgeable about it and as able to play these different kinds of music as I am. I feel like well matched.
Tell me about that. Is it clear when you're on stage with them that an energy develops?
Yeah.
They take energy from you. I mean, they're there with the great Neil Young. I mean, on
well, I'm
stage.
Uncle Neil. I'm their brother. I'm their dad's buddy.
Exactly. And then you seem, to all appearances, that you feed off their energy.
Yeah.
And at some point, this energy gets into the crowd.
Yeah.
And the crowd energy goes back. Tell me what it's like being up on stage when that happens.
Well, it's the first, physically, when I start getting to that point, there's a cool breeze. And it comes up my nose and into my head. You can almost feel the inside of my head starting to chill and freeze. Because I'm breathing and the air gets cold. The higher I get with the music, and I'm just talking about high with the music, not high with drugs or anything else, the more that happens. Now, as I've gotten older, it hasn't happened as much, but it still happens.
Get high on the music.
Well, you get so far into the music, and you're so mindlessly playing, and everybody else is there, that something happens. And as that's happening, this cool breeze comes along. And that's just the way it is.
To be clear, you're not talking about literally a cool breeze.
When I breathe in, it's cool. It's cold. And I can feel it.
You've had so many great songs. But if we're going to play one Neil Young song, what are we going to play?
Well, you know, I can't say. Because that's what other people are for. I only create the songs. I don't have the future of the songs in mind. I don't have that. If I did, I would miss so many songs. Where I was so busy taking care of the ones that I'd made that I missed 3 new ones that came in. I was busy. I couldn't do it. I heard it, but I didn't pay attention. That's not happening with me. If I hear it, I pay attention. I'll take care of it until it's gone, until I get it out there, and then I feel like I've done it. And if I think there's something more I can do, like in the case of the Monsanto years on Earth, I'll do it. And I'll try to do it, and then I'll let it go. Now I feel better about that song because of the way I did it. And but it's gone now. It's gone. It's great, but it's gone.
Would you argue with me if I said, well, okay, in answer to the question, Neil wouldn't pick a song, but if I pick Heart of Gold, would you be disappointed?
No, it was a real song. Any song would do. You know, they all do. You know, there's other ones. But Heart of Gold is one that a lot of people know me by, and it's oddly enough, some people think that's Neil, and other people think that's not Neil. This is Neil,
Right.
you know. And I go, okay, great, that's fine. You guys work it out. I'm doing Greendale right now, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I'm into something else,
Right.
you know, because that's what keeps life happening, you know. That's why this interview is great for you, but there's another interview too. It's down the road a little bit. And you can feel it coming and what you're going to do. I mean, just sitting around, it comes to you, you know. What
I hope you're right about that.
I do too.
Is there a particular story behind Harvest Moon?
That's one of my favorite songs because it's a real song about real feelings. I kind of remember when I first started writing the melody and everything. I was on my boat in the Caribbean. I started writing this melody, and it started coming to me. And then finally the whole thing came, and then I had the words, and it was. But what really touched me about that song, even more than singing the song, even though it was fun to do it and make the record, and Linda Ronstadt came in and put these beautiful vocals on, and it blew my mind how well it all turned out. But the thing was that people come up to me now and they say, we played that at our wedding, you know, we played that when we first met, that song was playing. Things like that. A romantic atmosphere of the song. There's something about it that brings that out in people. So it's interesting. It's nice to see. It's like if you're a farmer and you're out there and you're throwing these seeds out and everything, and then you reach in this other bag and throw out the seeds, and suddenly there's like 8 or 10 cows right there just all checking out those seeds. Now, what's the difference between that one and the other ones? I don't know, but there they are. They're all beautiful, blue-eyed, big eyelashes, cows looking at you, you know. It's all good. It's perfect. They're so happy to have the food. Right. I mean, what happened? I don't know what happened, but that's the same thing that happened with that song.
You've often been called the soul of rock and roll. What is the soul of rock and roll?
Boy, that's a big question. That's a huge
I get
question.
paid to ask big questions.
We might have to have somebody bring in an expert because, you know, rock and roll is a free expression, and it's bigger than the words rock and roll. It's a creative, living performance art thing with music, and it has a lot to do with youth and expression and feeling that you're convinced about something and trying to bring it to light and make it explode so people see it. And also it's just personal expression where you just let yourself go. And if you're with the right people, you all go together. And when that happens, improvisation happens, things start to rise, the people in the audience realize that you're now on your own. Everybody's going together, they're with you, you're with them, everything's happening at once right here for the first and only time like this. And it's really in a great groove. And the primitive thing of the beat and the people together and the growing kind of throb is the heart and soul of rock and roll.